Now you speak multiple languages. What's the language you said you made up?
Nduasusu. It means living language.
How do you just make a language?
Well, from studying other languages, a lot of languages are built upon a principle of like a trilateral root.
Mm-hmm.
So like you might have like in Arabic, you might have makon, right? Or you might have makan, right, which means place. And then in Hebrew, you may have makon, which means place. And then in the Paddic, you may have makun, which means place. So the vowels change, right? But the trilateral root or the consonants are the same, M, K, and N. You feel me? So in a lot of these languages, like kitab or katub, means scripture or means book, you kind of pick up what they're saying. Now, people, because of probably religious reasons and their insecurities, they may not want to contend that there's a similitude to the different languages because they want to be exclusive in their own right. But a person that's just genuine and studying the languages, you can see how these languages springboarded from a source language.
Mm-hmm.
So once you kind of get an understanding of the trilateral root from Proto-Semitic languages, it becomes a lot more easier. But the reason why I created a language is because we have to reestablish our sovereignty. And we're not talking about throwing your birth certificate in the water and social security card and all that stuff. We're talking about just having some kind of autonomous control over our culture. You understand? And you can tell who's colonized, or you can tell who colonized the people based on the language that they speak. And if we're going to talk about being free, one of the things we have to do is reintroduce ourselves to a new tongue, whether it be a tongue that is ancient, that most people are not speaking of, or one that we just create from scratch so no one can tell us the right way to say it once we start learning it. Mm-hmm. We need some kind of control because language transmission is deep. It impacts the way that our brain grows. And so they de-emphasize, in the 1600s, the London Missionary Society de-emphasized language because they understand like their gene's called the ASPM gene. When you speak tonal languages, it actually helps the brain grow. So you'll see people have different sized craniums from different parts of the world that speak tonal languages. Tonal languages use sounds differently from like English. Like English has been de-emphasized, right? So you'll have, and when you learn English, you'll find that it's harder to study other languages. But people whose native tongue is tonal have an easier time learning other languages. Mm-hmm. That's not by coincidence. So like we look at the word Michael, right? CH